Howdy doody. Morning, morning. What's the story? Sorry. Just going to turn that down a little bit too. Hello. I let the guys on the chat know I was going to be on today to see if they wanted to join, but I don't think so. Let's do the invite link. Let's get our invite link up on the Discord for everybody, for anybody who might like to join today. Emery, how are you? I missed you. Obviously on Wednesday, we missed you very much. And I'm so sorry I didn't. Someone at work recommended this. Oh. Prisoners of Geography. I love that. I haven't read it yet. I will. Signal Connections. Oh, I'm checking out. I'm on the Discord. Had a many busy day Wednesday. Don't scan until you've set up a username in the handy dandy instructions, or the phone number won't be a secret squirrel business for very long. Good job. You guys are fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. Had many a busy day on Wednesday. Yeah, I gathered. I didn't see you at all. I figured you must have been very, very busy. I'm just going to chuck the link in the events tab. We're live if anyone wants to join. Lawyers and whatnot. Yes. Very cool though. Very cool to have some somewhat good news, right? Like I know it's not over yet, but at least it feels positive. Positive news, I suppose I should say. Hey? Feels positive. I'm not feeling very, like I'm trying, I don't know if anyone can tell, but I have like zero energy today. I have none. I have no energy. I have had to give up on my attempt to, oh, what's this? There we go. Let's try. I do enjoy when I get lawyers to break. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me jump and check that now then, shall we? Oh, here we go. Do you happen to know much about Pinot Monaco? No, I haven't. Ah. I will have to do some looking into. Oh, flip. Yep, I forgot to go. I'm going to go collect my order. I will go do that today. Sorry. Guys, they're the fucking worst. The fucking worst. Hi. Oh, hello. When any professional does that, it always fucking floors me. Voidism. We're all here in the void. Though I am so, like, the what do you call it? The lights are not doing it for me today, are they? I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm very, I'm not having a good time with those lights. Why do I look orange now? I suppose I look orange all the time. I am looking very red because of this rash. It has been affecting my face. Try purple. I don't think it has that setting, sadly. No. Oh, garlic bread. I figured out yesterday on Ko-fi, you can ask people, instead of buying you coffee, they can buy you cookies or like whatever you want. You can put your own thing in there. So it's like, shit, I should put garlic bread in there. I should put garlic bread in there instead of coffee. I mean, I'm obsessed with coffee. I don't even have one yet. Did you put up the overlay I sent you? Overlay? Did you send? Where did you send it? Emery, where did you send it to? Discord. Okay, let me go and check. No, I don't. Okay. So let's just do a quick. There's only the voidism one. Just so everyone understands what my life is like when I click off of this thing. I click off of this thing and I leave all of my technology here and I walk away. Like, I'm not just not here when I'm not here. I'm not anywhere when I'm not here. Like, I'm in bed asleep when I'm not here, or laying on the floor out, laying on the grass outside trying to pretend I don't exist. They're my two modes of being here and not existing. That's it. That's all I got. Yes, we see this when you forget to turn off TikTok. Yeah, exactly. Like, there is nothing else that goes on in my life. I'm just like, the camera cuts and I'm like, okay, back in my box. Back in my little box. Put me back in the wardrobe. Yes, I can. That's when I can get on my computer. So that's why you can do all that hard work when you're not live. I see, kick like the football. Ad break. Oh, there's an ad break already. Shit. Okay. See, Kim agrees. Yes. And I always do when I jump on here. I'm always like, let's check out the Discord and see what's happening. Because, yeah, I do sometimes. Like, I do try and check out the Discord more often than not because, I like being a part of the group. I really do. But this is why I was always like, we need a group where everyone can communicate together because I know what I'm fucking like. I know what I'm like. I am so ADHD that unless you are directly in front of my face, and when it comes to my phone, Emery will be able to back me up on this, because anyone who has spent any time with me will acknowledge that it's not just a matter of I put my phone down and I'm ignoring you. I lose my phone 50 million fucking times a day. Like, the amount of times, it didn't happen last time we were at IKEA, but the time before we went to IKEA, I got to the checkout and went to pay and had to go all the way back to where the fucking, the frames are, the photo frames are, to find where I'd left my fucking phone. Yeah, can confirm. See, because I am so, and my psych says it's because I need to know, or I need to feel like I'm not contactable. Like, I kind of have this thing of being like, I have these windows of time set up in my mind where people might try and contact me. And so I, like, unless I want to be contacted, my phone will not be with me during those periods of time. So, like, between 4 in the evening and, like, 8 o'clock at night, like, I rarely have my phone on me. Rarely. The other night I had it on me because I was using it to cook a recipe and someone called. And I answered because I was like, who the fuck is calling me? And it was a mate. It was a mate just checking in to see how I was going. But I was like, yeah, you've just called it, like, hell hour. Like, I'm cooking dinner for the kids. And they're like, oh, no worries, bye. And I was like, okay, bye. And then I was like, that's so weird. Why did I answer my phone? I never answer my phone. And I'm like, oh, that's because I feel compelled to answer my phone if my phone rings and it's on me, if it's here. Which is why I just lose it all the fucking time. Have you deleted the last VODs like you were meant to? Like I sent you the reminder about. Ad break over and I forgot. I missed it again. Kim. No. Tara constantly kicks me like the football. I do not constantly. Anyway, GoFundMe overlay is on the Discord. Okay, let's go and find it. It's on the Discord under media. Is it under media? No, it's not under media. Why would it be under media? That would be such a silly place for it to be. I'm guessing it's in my messages. Messed it again. Yeah, good for... Are you kidding? I was gonna say, Kim, that Matt Bernstein, I've watched a couple of their videos and stuff before because they're non-binary, aren't they, Matt? Matt's non-binary, I believe. I have found them to have a little bit of a funny perspective on things before. Like, again, not criticizing, like, again, leftism be leftism, you know, obviously sharing the leftism. But yeah, it was funny when you shared it because it's one of the ones Matt Bernstein's one of the ones that I hesitate to share because some of their ideas can be a little bit, no criticizing actually. No criticizing, yeah. I don't know. They talk to ContraPoints. They do talk to ContraPoints. They do a lot of like, they do a lot of leftist stuff and they're pretty cool. But they're one of those ones that I've in the past been hesitant to recommend because if you are someone who hasn't yet done the work of deconstructing a lot of colonial mindsets, some of the stuff that they say could come across as a bit like, you need to do a bit more reading, kid. You need to do a bit more reading. But again, like I'm not going to shit on people who are out there actually doing the work. Like, this is someone who is actually obviously trying to educate people on leftist policies, and just because they're not necessarily all the way there yet doesn't mean, I don't think that we should keep everyone except those who are at a level where they're ready to educate off the internet. I think that's counterproductive. Pushing the focus back because of the specific focus of the topic today. Yes, flag, the GoFundMe, link in bio, all of the GoFundMe. And they're also Jewish. Oh, there you go. I didn't realize that Matt was Jewish. There you go. I've actually had quite a few people who've reached out to me and this is like as well when I say that there's quite a few people. There's even members of our community who are members of the Jewish community who've reached out to me recently, about everything that's been happening and how horrified they are and how alienating it is for them as well as members of the Jewish community to feel like they don't even have a community anymore a lot of the time. Like there's some feeling that you can't be Jewish unless you're going to be a Zionist. And it's just not the way so many of them... Overlay! That's what we were talking about, the overlay. That's right. Overlay. I did see you with the overlay. Overlay. So you want the... slapping people with books like you kick them onto like the football. Emery is like, bitch, I'm over your shit. We need a list of to-dos. That is what my little... Okay, hang on. Where's my little overlay that has a list on it? I had an overlay that had a little to-do list on it. Oh, no, not that one. Not that one. Where is it? Where's my little list? Oh, did I get rid of it? I did. I got rid of my little... Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, so I got rid of my list, my one that had my list on there with all of my to-dos, but I do need a to-do. Yeah, your list is fucked because we kind of did it for you. I mean, Emery has the logins. Emery has the logins to my entire life. So, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I know, Emery. You had me back on track, and then 2 seconds later, I'm gone again. 2 seconds later, I'm gone again. Hey, I'm in and out. I'm on a mission. Oh, shit. Hang on. Hello, Tamara speaking. I'm good. How are you? Oh. Yeah, no worries. I'll grab something and I'll bring it down. Yep. Okay, no problems. I'll be there soon. See ya. Bye. Yeah, my mic does have a mute button. You're right. I have to go. I have to go. I don't want to go. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. This has a box for a pop-up alerts for donations for the GoFundMe and a gold bar for donations as well. Okay, so I don't want to go. So what I might do is I might put a video or something up on here for now. That telephone voice. I know. How long did it take to be assigned a family? It took about a week. It took about a week to be assigned a family. Unfortunately. Like I'll hop onto StreamYards. All right, no worries. I'll put a video or something up for you guys. I've just got to get some stuff sorted for my darling child. So, hey, what about we watch that video about what everyone's getting wrong about the college protests that Kim put in there? Does that seem like a good idea? Fucking fuck. Fucking shit fuck, Tamara. Fucking shit fuck. I already watched it. Okay, well, what do you want to watch then, Kim? Let's watch... Oh, okay. We're going to watch some more news. Everyone always does like your choices. We're going to watch some more news because they have a new video out. And I fucking love some more news. Like, they are... Like, Cody Johnson is my online crush. Doing your job while the world burns down around you. Oh, God. I'm seeing visuals, terrifying visuals of Taylor Swift's new fucking... where is it? I have to go. I've got so fucking shit. Tamara, get your shit together. Stay on track. Stop getting distracted. Knife crime concerns. Are we seriously doing knife crime concerns again like it's the 1950s? Fucking hell. Ooh. Alex has got a new video out about gender ideology. Oh, but you can't watch that one without me. You can't watch that without me. Fuck you. Sorry, no. Here we go. This is actually pertinent because one of the things that people be doing, which fucks me the fuck off, is people be doing the whole fucking shit, fuck. There we go. People be doing the whole, I'm going to move that though, because I don't want it to be over the top of my lovely family's GoFundMe. Everyone needs to be able to see that still. I'm going to put it up here. There we go. So guys, it's going to be really little. It's going to be a really little video. Oh, God. Send me the link. I'll present. Oh, the invite link. I already sent the... Oh, there you are. Device is not connected. Why does it say device is not connected? It says you're in here, but it says you need to... Oh, I can't add you to the stream because you don't have anything connected, but you should still be able to be in the background. Need a FaceTime. You have to connect something to your device in order for me to be able to add you to the stream, Em. It's telling me, not what I'm saying. Oh, to the video. Em does need to video FaceTime swear at me. Oh, send you the YouTube link. Oh, that's a good point. Command C. Here we go. Oh, where should I put it? Oh, God. Emery, you keep acting like I am a competent human being. Here, I'm putting it in the media file. There you go. It's in the media file in the Discord. Send it any place and I'll grab it. Yep. I'm saying some of the YouTube link. There, I fixed it. So I'll remove my one from the screen. I'm going to mute my mic, but I'll leave the camera on. And I'll be back. I'll be back in 15. Guys, love you lots. Keep raising money for our wonderful family. Love you.
Cracklin Oat Brand, Blessings of Light, Introduction. Hi, it's Cody, your news consigliere, here to advise you amongst the tricky, multifaceted news mafia disputes. Does someone need to get news whacked, or can it be smoothed out by forget about it? Who has to sleep with the news fishes? Man, those fishes are such harlots. I can tell this is not a metaphor I'm going to be able to keep up. So I'm going to just drop it. Like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas should have dropped it when Billy Batts kept bringing up his old shine box. Remember movies? Okay, enough foreplay. Here's some news. Let's say you can't just blame the mafia for all of society's problems, and you need another shadowy and mysterious presence, someone you can point to as the culprit behind any number of preconceived societal ills, someone who hopefully has a palindromic last name. So, Daryl Hannah? Is it that fish harlot, Daryl Hannah? Harlibut?
George Soros funds the Open Society. The Open Society gives $15 million to these groups that are protesting on behalf of Hamas.
So what is Soros's goal here? I think just chaos.
The reason is he's had a lifelong dream of one world government, of elites, redistributing wealth and setting up rules for the rest of us.
These hollowed out cities, this is a symptom of America's decline. And one of the biggest reasons is because you have George Soros funding these radical left-wing district attorneys. They get into office and they say they're not going to prosecute crimes they disagree with. The inmates start running the asylum.
He said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization, and Soros hates humanity. Like, when you do something like that, do you
I think that's true. That's my opinion.
It's like he wants these cities to fall apart. He wants crime to flourish. It's almost like he's an evil person in a Batman movie.
Wow. Sure seems like this George has? I don't know. This guy is up to no good, even being likened to an evil person in a Batman movie by Joe Rogan. Ooh. Notes to self, come up with a simple term for evil person in a movie. It's weird we don't have one of those yet. Anywho, if you're just watching those clips, it seems pretty hard to tell which criticisms are legitimate and which are tinfoil hat stuff. George Soros has been accused of everything from helping the Nazis during World War II to plotting the overthrow of the US government. Without looking it up, I'm guessing he's why the earth is secretly flat, which it is! So, hey, let's look into those accusations, because even if a lot of them aren't true, maybe he is actually secretly funding things that most of us wouldn't care for, right? After all, George Soros is a billionaire, whom I don't think are our friends, and billionaires tend to put a lot of their money toward philanthropic efforts, though in many cases, those philanthropic efforts don't actually do anything good. Not to mention that George Soros has donated money to the campaigns of progressive district attorney candidates, which is what Ron DeSantis was getting at there during his, cue the sad trombone, campaign for president. You're not going to do the sound? Well, now it's too late, so what? Of course, those Soros donations don't seem any different from how, for example, wealthy Silicon Valley goons like David Sachs pumped money into recall campaigns against progressive DAs. For DeSantis, it seems like he's just targeting Soros for giving money to political causes that he doesn't like, because he's expressed no concern whatsoever over the dozens of billionaires who've donated to his various campaigns over the years. Because why would he? So maybe the problem here is that money has too much influence in politics, and we shouldn't want any billionaire trying to buy any political office. But that's just one of the dozens of allegations made about this old withered fart. And it is kind of the most normal one, which is why I started there. But of course, we have a lot more episode ahead of us. Oh, look, it's the episode up ahead. Coming at you. Beep, beep. Okay, so who is George Soros really? How did he make his money? Where does he keep the money? Is it secure or easy to access? What kind of things does he support? How did he become the right's boogeyman? Or, if you prefer, bogeyman? Could I get in the same room with his money? And how much anti-Semitism are we going to uncover in finding out? Spoiler alert for this episode, lots. Okay, that one was for me. Cue the real title. George Soros. What's like his whole deal? Nice. I love a This Friggin' Guy episode where we talk about a friggin' guy. Not like what pundits might be saying about him, but his actual background, who he actually is, and what he stands for. He was born right here on Earth in Budapest, or Budapest if you prefer, Hungary, or Hungary if you prefer, in 1930, or that's it, 1930, a time before the invention of the modern toothbrush. Before that, people brushed their teeth with bristles made from animal hair, or I assume, just scraped their teeth up against a washboard, or whatever else was lying around at the time. Cigarette butts, probably. His family was Jewish, but as with many well-off Hungarian Jews at the time, they tended to shy away from their roots. The young George Soros, quote, beamed when other children would tell him, "You don't look Jewish." Nothing made him feel happier than to be told he did not have the appearance of a Jew. Later in life, he even jokingly told other people that he grew up in a Jewish anti-Semitic home was on the rise at the time. His family even changed their last name from Schwartz to Soros in 1936. This isn't very important, but a childhood friend described young Soros as a very pretty little boy. A real weird-ass compliment that none of my childhood friends ever used to describe me. I'm looking at you, Kyle Dietrich. Was I not pretty enough, Kyle? Was I not pretty enough for you, Kyle? Fuck you, Kyle. I'm so... I did my best. At any rate, Soros may not have been a practicing Jew, but that kind of thing didn't really matter much to the Nazis, who invaded and occupied Hungary in March 1944. For you younger viewers, invading and occupying other nations are things Nazis used to do before they were able to get Disney World season passes and run social media sites. Instead of fleeing Hungary, Soros and his family survived the war by obtaining forged documents suggesting they were Christian, and he even briefly posed as the godson of a man who worked for Hungary's Ministry of Agriculture. No beard growing or Nazi coat wearing necessary. Soros's documents bore the name Sandor Kiss, and in 1944, he accompanied his phony godfather to the estate of a wealthy Jew who had used his influence to flee the country. This is where we get the Nazi collaborator rumor, because that fake godfather was there to inventory the valuables left behind for Nazis to steal, with a 13-year-old Soros along for the ride. So, yeah, not exactly a member of the Schutzstaffel. He was a kid who was only there because he was hiding from the Nazis. But despite very obviously not being a Nazi collaborator, this story has been used against him. In 2018, Roseanne Barr would claim that he, quote, turned in his fellow Jews to be murdered in German concentration camps and stole their wealth. That didn't happen, and is a very silly thing to say. She did apologize for tweeting that after she was fired from her show for a bunch of other offensive tweets. Can you believe The Conners has been on for 6 seasons? Network TV, man, it's like another world out there. Anyway, if you're wondering how such a falsehood could spin out of control, I have to point out that in the interest of being fair like a maiden and balanced like a balanced maiden, that Soros himself appeared at best unprepared for questions about that 1944 incident during a 60 Minutes interview in 1998.
I mean, that sounds like an experience that would send lots of people to the psychiatric couch for many, many years. Was it difficult?
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so the reason confiscating a bunch of Jewish property wouldn't have sent him to the psychiatric couch is, I'd reckon, because he didn't do that. Again, he was 13. They didn't put him to work. He was too busy listening to the Verve Pipe and hiding erections. I mean, sure, whether that clip has selective editing or if Soros genuinely didn't recognize how he was coming off, it doesn't make him look great. But that one kind of weird interview from more than 25 years ago is largely responsible for the narrative that he helped the Nazis or even is a Nazi, even though, really can't stress this enough, he was a Jew hiding from the Nazis during this time. Remember that scene in The Zone of Interest where the Nazis are discussing the logistics of exterminating Hungary's 700,000 Jews? That included 13-year-old George Soros. Not by name, but he was included. And don't worry, that isn't one of those scenes that is apparently impossible to interpret. But let's keep going with Soros's youth, as we've got plenty of brainworms to dig from the muck. Got one! Oh, get in there! Oh, all right, here we go. Soros and his family had some close calls during the Nazi occupation, but survived until Soviet and Romanian forces liberated Budapest in early 1945. The same couldn't be said for hundreds of thousands of other Hungarian Jews executed in labor camps or killed during the siege. Having wealth and connections undoubtedly helped his family survive, and Soros wouldn't have been able to go on to make $1 squillion had it not been for forged and purchased identities. In 1947, shortly after turning 17, he left for England and ultimately studied at the London School of Economics, where he was mentored by Karl Popper, an influential philosopher who coined the phrase, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. If you're Rin Tin Tin or Anne Boleyn, make a desperate move. That's the guy from Blues Traveler, I think. Wait, is he the same guy? There's no way to know. Anyway, along with forming Blues Traveler, Karl Popper promoted the idea of the open society, which is kind of what it sounds like. That individuals should be free to decide how to live their lives without being repressed by a fascist or totalitarian government. In essence, a pluralist, liberal democracy. For someone like George Soros, who'd spent his teen years changing identities and fearing for his life because he was Jewish, this sounded pretty good. It wasn't fascism, but it certainly wasn't socialism either. So in 1956, Soros moved to a place that seemed to hate both of those things, the United States, or more specifically, New York City, the apple of unusual size for an apple. He planned to work on Wall Street for 5 years, save $500,000, which is more than 5 million in today's simoleons, and then go back to the UK to be a philosopher. Ha! The frivolities of youth. Yes, it seems as if Soros liked money too much to spend his time philosophizing, or he realized perhaps he could do both. The money thing and the thinking about stuff thing. And he credits his remarkable success in finance to the idea of reflexivity, that there are feedback loops based on economic decisions people make due to a perception of the market that end up impacting the market itself. Does that make sense? It doesn't to me. Probably why I'm not rich. And the gambling. Here's how Soros describes it. Quote, in situations that have thinking participants, the participants' view of the world is always partial and distorted. That is the principle of fallibility. The other is that these distorted views can influence the situation to which they relate because false views lead to inappropriate actions. That is the principle of reflexivity. For instance, treating drug addicts as criminals creates criminal behavior. It misconstrues the problem and interferes with the proper treatment of addicts. Wow, well, he's right about that. It's weird when a billionaire is right about a societal problem. It's jarring even. I am jarred right now. And when it comes to using this idea to make money, he wasn't just whistling Dixie, or as they call it in Hungary, whistling the Metzek mountain range. After bouncing around as an arbitrage trader and then a VP at various firms, he founded Soros Fund Management in 1970, which was later renamed Quantum Fund. And we're going to skip ahead a bit here to the 1990s, not just because a hedge fund manager slowly making millions isn't that interesting, but because we don't have Margot Robbie in a bathtub to explain how it all works. I mean, we have Margot Robbie standing just off camera. I just don't have a bathtub. Go home, Margot. Margot stinking Robbie, you stink. Go home. Get out of here. P.U. Margot. She's always hanging around the set. Why? Like, P.U. See, that's why they put her in the bath. Because she's stinky. You smell, Margot. But what's really important here are two events in the Pearl Jammin' 90s that took him from millionaire to billionaire and made him one of the most successful currency speculators of all time. I'm going to talk through all of this, but will not get in a bathtub. The water burns us. First, in 1990, Britain joined the European Exchange Rate Mechanism, aka the ERM, which fixed the exchange rates of European currencies to the German mark, a step toward transitioning toward the euro, a single currency for the entire continent. This ended up being a bad idea for a number of reasons we will not get into here, lest we ask this guy to crawl out of his K-hole, which we're not going to do. But George Soros greatly profited by taking a $1 billion short position on the British pound. Other investors did this as well, but none as aggressively as Soros. Basically, his fund borrowed a jolly good trove of pounds and sold them for other more stable currencies. This helped drive demand for those currencies up, as well as the supply of the pound. And before you know it, Bob's your uncle, Bagsy skint, chinwag, you've chuffed the cunt, Britain can't afford to prop up its currency. It has to withdraw from the ERM, and the value of the pound plummeted like a dodgy old, I don't know, in it. And Soros is said to have broken the Bank of England on what became known as Black Wednesday. He made $1 billion that day by aggressively putting pressure on an unstable currency. Does this mean he caused it himself? Well, he wasn't the one who made some of the bad economic decisions in the first place. Hat tip to Margaret Thatcher there. Yeah, tap to the hat, cherry hat maiden. But he did egg it all on. He was like the Jack Nicholson nodding meme, and he greatly profited from what would result in high unemployment and cuts to the UK's welfare system. Now, you could argue, as some have, that Black Wednesday was ultimately good for the UK in that it allowed for lower interest rates and increased growth in the decades that followed. On the other hand, perhaps betting on the financial ruin of 60 million people is bad, like a bad, evil thing to do. But I guess that depends on who you ask. For example, if you asked a billionaire or not. A similar thing happened in our second event, the 1997 Asian financial crisis. This was a series of currency devaluations that started in Thailand and then spread to countries like Malaysia, South Korea, and Indonesia, though the causes of this crisis are less agreed upon. Again, again, speculative investors thought Thailand was over-leveraged and doubted its currency's strength while fixed to the US dollar. This time, however, the leaders of some of those Asian countries directly blamed Soros for what happened. Malaysian authoritarian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad called him a moron who had intentionally destroyed his nation's economy for financial gain. He also, incidentally, called Soros a Jew a bunch of times. I'm not sure how that's relevant, but we'll put a little SS pin in that for now. While Soros agreed that his funds focused on these teetering currencies, he claimed his actions actually gave Malaysia a softer landing than it would have had otherwise. Mahathir, who is also still alive at 98, by the way, note to self to check on that before we release this video. Is he just put on screen if he's still alive? He said that currency trading should be banned to prevent these kinds of economic crises. George Soros, unsurprisingly, came out against that idea. So that's the first part of this whole story. The guy became massively wealthy by betting against weak currencies and used large infusions of capital to exacerbate those currency failures. Probably. Money's fake. I could be saying anything right now, actually. I'll check with the bathtub. But it's not exactly a good thing to do. It's kind of something like an evil person in a movie would do. We got to think of a better word for that. Okay. Of course, he has also spent $32 billion on philanthropy through his foundation in the past few decades, according to that foundation. Not that that's necessarily good either. So after the break, we're going to take a look at what all of that money has gone toward and how he became the right wing's monster of the week. Century. Enjoy these ads for products. I assume products. Hey, it's me. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Been offloading a lot of crates of hollandaise sauce lately. Had to learn Dutch. And lucky for Cody, I used Babbel. Oh, yeah. That's the sound of learning right there. Babbel is a language learning app that actually works. Language is everything, after all. It's good to know multiple languages, if only to navigate a country or talk to customs officials. And why pay hundreds of dollars for a tutor when you take Babbel's 10-minute lessons designed by over 200 language experts? These are lessons specifically designed by real people for real conversations, meaning that it's all rooted in real life situations. This is probably why they have over 16 million subscriptions sold. In fact, all of their courses come with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Unlike my hollandaise sauce. Sorry, folks, you buy it, you keep it! Sometimes you find bones in hollandaise sauce. That's natural. It means it's fresh sauce. And thanks to Babbel, I know now how to say, you work off your debt in both Dutch and Norwegian. And here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/more news. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/more news, spelled BABBEL.com/more news. Rules and restrictions may apply, or as they say in another language, the hook brings you back. We were talking about George Soros, a relatively low-profile billionaire, given that he doesn't own a platform famous for being the place people go to write, "She ebbin' on my kneeser till I Scrooge." At any rate, once he became very wealthy, it was time to put some effort into that whole open society dilly he had learned from the guy from Rusted Root or whatever. Specifically, he wanted to fund efforts to promote open societies in Eastern Europe, back when most Eastern European nations were either part of or heavily influenced by the Soviet Union. Remember, no matter what you've heard from Timberland Crucklesby, George Soros isn't a communist, and notably doesn't like communism. He started his first Open Society Foundation in his native Hungary in 1984. 1984! It's just like 1984! Helping to improve communication in the communist country by importing hundreds of photocopiers, which allowed for the spreading of previously banned literature. The foundation funded local universities and their student journals and even paid for activist students to study abroad. One of those students was current Hungarian authoritarian strongman Viktor Orbán, a tidbit you may remember from our Hungary episode, one of those reflexivity/unintended consequences type things. Foreshadowing! Be careful who you educate, as they may just be the next Darth Sidious, etc. Darth Bado. Soros established similar anti-communist foundations throughout the 1980s in places like China, the Soviet Union, and Poland, hoping to foster a new generation of free thinkers and earning rave reviews from many Republicans who liked that he was aligned with final boss Ronald Reagan against communism. By the 1990s, Soros had announced his intentions to make contributions toward domestic programs in the United States, including drug reform and decreasing political advertising on television. Starting in 1994! He put tens of millions of dollars toward efforts to legalize and decriminalize drugs, probably because of that thing he said earlier, where criminalizing drugs doesn't do anything except turn people into criminals. Good idea. We're not keeping score here, but if we were, he'd get a Cody buck, which is what I call points. It's an imperfect system. I should change the name of stuff. He was still not a mainstream name to conservative media folk, but this is where the rumblings began. In the late 90s, 8-time presidential non-factor and conspiro-fascist Lyndon LaRouche put out a series of articles referring to Soros the Golem and calling him the Queen's drug pusher. Now look, we will be here for a long time if I start going through every example of anti-Semitic imagery and speculative skull and bones style connect the dots theorizing. So let's just say that LaRouche repeated the Soros was a Nazi lie and devoted several paragraphs to the Rothschild connection. And you could purchase a full report on him for the low price of $100 for a report on Soros. God, that's in 90s money. You could have bought like 9 Spin Doctors albums for that. Around the same time, Soros himself was getting more involved politically, not just donating to causes and starting foundations, but meeting with and attempting to influence politicians himself. But far from being a puppet master pulling all the strings, he was initially viewed with some skepticism, especially when it came to his opinion on foreign relations. According to one Clinton administration official in 1995, quote, sometimes his speeches and articles are overly idealistic. In that sense, people take him with a grain of salt. The image you get from reading about Soros in this time is of a guy who desperately wants to have the amount of influence that people in later decades would attribute to him. Kind of like Elon Musk today. He got super rich, was credited as one of the world's great financial analysts, and wanted others to know his ideas. Remember, he wanted to be a philosopher, like Socrates, or Descartes, or Nietzsche. He's written a bunch of books trying to spread these ideas to the masses. The fact that he's been at it for decades and our country is still teetering on the brink of fascism is kind of evidence that he hasn't been nearly as influential as all those people at the beginning would have you believe. It's also kind of interesting how when a person gets really rich, they think their opinions are suddenly important, even if they're bad opinions, like the opinions of an evil person in a movie. And I guess it's a little reassuring that these people don't have as much power as we seem to think. It's also worth noting that the early criticism of Soros's public activities weren't all from the right. According to Reason Magazine Books editor Jesse Walker, quote, I first started encountering anti-Soros invective in the 1990s. Interestingly, it was coming from the left. People were worried that he was buying up the movement, or in a less conspiratorial vein, that the possibility of chasing Soros dollars would distort the independent left's activities. In hindsight, it may have been a good idea to tell activists and political groups on the left to take as much money as you can. In the future, we lose all of our journalists, and right-wing media has a seemingly endless supply of money. Like, we joke about cashing the Soros checks now, but please, 90s leftists, take the Soros money. Also, watch out for 9/11. I will let you guess what that means. But as we inched into the current millennium, we got closer to the right-wing boogeymanification of George Soros. The transition from ordinary piece of shit billionaire to the fantasy of a murderous demon shit billionaire intent on world domination. Think of George Soros as Walter White in season 1 of Breaking Bad, and the American right wing's conception of him as Walter White in seasons 3 through 5. Season 1 Walter White was not exactly a good guy, but season 5 Walter White is an all-time evil guy in a movie, in a TV show. An evil guy, an evil character, like the opposite of the good guy. Fuck! We'll get there. George's most direct entry into U.S. politics came in late 2003, when he committed more than $15 million towards efforts to defeat the re-election of George W. Bush. After re-examination, maybe that money would have been better spent building a giant cannon and firing whatever was left over directly toward the sun. Bush ended up winning re-election since his opponent was, tragically, a half-sentient jar of mustard. He gurgled, but we simply couldn't hear his words. Alas, if only he gurgled more articulately. Nevertheless, Republicans did not like some billionaire elite waving his money around trying to influence a presidential election. That's their job, which they did very well by financing a discredited group to say the dry mustard jar was bad at war. The Republican House Speaker, Dennis Hastert, a man whose name you really should bing if you don't know it, went on Fox News at the time to talk Soros, saying, you know, I don't know where George Soros gets his money. I don't know where, if it comes overseas or from drug groups, or where it comes from. Drug groups. Very odd thing to say, since the source of Soros's money wasn't a secret. We talked about it earlier in this video. Also, again, drug groups. What are drug groups? Just seems like Dennis Hastert is just admitting that he doesn't know how to look stuff up. Hey, what was the source of your money, Dennis? Oh, right, hundreds of thousands of dollars of pension checks you took until you were finally cut off for being a convicted child sex offender. Like I said, bing the guy. Just don't let him bing you. Know what I'm saying? Because of the sex offenses. Republican Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert. Despite the increasing attacks, however, Soros was not dissuaded. He and other progressive millionaires and billionaires, still licking their gold-plated wounds from Bush's re-election, pooled their money into the Democracy Alliance, which would fund liberal think tanks and other groups. Media Matters for America, which was brand new at the time, received a huge influx of funding. He also paid Republicans, by the way, when it suited his aims. But it's the Media Matters stuff that drew the ire of Bill O'Reilly, an Erlenmeyer flask of distilled Irish-American anger and resentment. He didn't like that Media Matters would take the bold, commie action of accurately reporting the things he said on his TV and radio shows. He lashed out at Media Matters frequently in this era, and you can understand why. A media organization taking money from rich people to report things exclusively from their point of view? That's their job. How dare you do the us thing to us? This culminated in a 2007 segment on the O'Reilly Factor that pointed the finger at Soros specifically, and it may have been the first time most everyday John Q. Republicans heard his name.
Factor has been investigating far-left billionaire George Soros, a man who wants to impose a radical left agenda on America. And under the radar, he is making great progress. Soros has set up a complicated political operation designed to do two things: buy influence among some liberal politicians and smear people with whom he disagrees. Now, here's a chart of how Soros and a few other wealthy radicals who help him are funneling money into the political process. Stay with me on this.
Okay, Bill, I'll stay with you. But those are a lot of arrows. I gotta tell you, I typically have a 4-arrow limit. And if you're asking your audience to stay with me on this in the first minute of a segment, usually not a good sign. Bill, oh, are you still alive? Are you the dead Fox News guy? Probably still alive. But the stuff he's saying with all those arrows, of course, not very complicated. Soros was a billionaire who gave his money to a bunch of different advocacy groups, some of which were giving money to a website that he didn't like. Again, I don't disagree that wealthy financiers have too much influence in politics, but guys like O'Reilly were trying to have it both ways, criticizing Soros-linked groups for funding Media Matters, but giving the Koch brothers a pass on their financing of things like the Heritage Foundation, the Cato Institute, and Americans for Prosperity, a group that literally funded the freaking Tea Party movement. None of this is complicated. It's just money going to things. And people like to pick which money is bad or shady based on where it's going. O'Reilly even said there weren't shadowy figures behind the Tea Party, unlike Soros and these move on people. He's just picking and choosing because suddenly somebody was reporting negatively on things he said. I mean, Democracy Alliance was directly modeled after the Koch network. They're the same things, just with different political aims. But I'm sorry, Bill. I got ahead of myself. I was staying with you on this.
Finally, George Soros has given the radical left organization Move On many, many millions of dollars. This group actively supports liberal politicians like Howard Dean and John Edwards. It also organizes demonstrations promoting left-wing causes.
Ah, yes, radical left-wing organizations supporting... Wait. That... Really? Okay. Howard Dean and John Edwards? I'm double checking. Hold on. Yeah. Howard Dean and John Edwards? Apparently, Soros supported Maoist mouth foamers. Howard Dean and John Edwards? So yeah, he's not really pointing out anything worthy of all those conspiracy arrows. It's not a conspiracy if it's just what we allow people to do with money. Though I guess you can say someone is supporting radicals if you put the word radicals before the name. Like, did you hear that Kickstarter is helping to support the Radical Mystery Science Theater 3000? Unbelievable. So what we actually learned here is that advocacy groups exist, and those groups often get funding from rich people. Incidentally, this was the earliest incident we could find of the Soros pays for left-wing protests thing that has followed pretty much every left of center protest for the past 15 years. All because one of his groups gave money to move on once in 2004. Okay, Bill, let's continue. And be big reveals.
In the weeks to come, we'll have more on Soros and his operations, including naming more of the mainstream media that is actively helping him, which includes Rosie O'Donnell.
Dun, dun, dun! So breaches the scaly head of the great serpent. George Soros was funding Rosie O'Donnell. Can you believe it? That he was really wasting his money. He was pumping millions into boosting the profiles of Howard Dean, John Edwards, and Rosie O'Donnell. People all of our viewers under 25 are, I'm sure, intimately familiar with. I want to emphasize here that I'm not supporting this so much as pointing out that Soros wasn't only doing this political wheeling and dealing during this time. He was still doing regular old shitty billionaire stuff, like being convicted in France of insider trading and fined more than $2 million, a decision he appealed and lost. Wow, $2 whole million he had to pay. Oh my stars! Even into his golden years, in which he has objectively been since a white guy could have this hairstyle and be considered a sex icon, he just wanted to make money. My point is that there has always been legitimate stuff worth criticizing about Soros or any billionaire.
Hi.
One, but O'Reilly really wanted people to see this as Miles level conspiracy. In reality, he's just explaining how rich people live. So okay. Good.
Hi. I was gone for so much longer than I thought I was going to be gone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How we going? How much have I got to catch up on? Hello. So how are we going? It was draining and boring. I don't like white American guy presenter voices. Okay, fair enough. You can't talk yet. I haven't finished my work. Oh, sorry. I gotta say, though, like, I just love the humor. I love the humor from these guys. It keeps me from falling into despair about the state of things, I suppose. So sorry about that little side. Well, it took a lot longer than I was expecting because there were a few hiccups. There were a few little hiccups. Do I have noise filtering on? No, why? Maybe the settings in the sound do in here. Audio. Echo cancellation's off. Mic background noise is off. Cancellation on. Is that better? That's so much better. Oh, okay. So I've got to leave echo cancellation on then. Rightio. Don't turn that off. Okay. So was that watching the video as well? Was that painful? Was it because of the sound? So this whole fucking time I've been gone, you guys have been sitting here being tortured. Fuck. Can't believe you stick with me. All I do is fucking jump in every now and then to torture you. But the mic input was bad. Okay. And? Yes, and? I'm getting in trouble again and I don't know what for. What have I done now? Oh. Now we have had some budgets be released. For those of you who maybe we're not aware, there have been some budgets that have been released. So today was actually the day. Oh, it wasn't today. Sorry, yesterday, the WA government handed down its budget, and a couple of days ago, the Victoria government handed down its budget. And we know that in a little while, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the next week they're handing down the federal budget. So one of the things that really frustrates the shit out of me with some of this stuff, though, so one thing that I wanted to sorry, I'll go back to the chat for a second. GoFundMe overlay. Oh, yes, GoFundMe overlay. We would do that. Yeah, we will do the GoFundMe overlay. I know, self-disapprove. To be fair, I was editing this fucking thing and not listening to the video. Fair enough. So, oh, wait, now the mic is fucking up again, so I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. But yeah, we will do the overlay. But one of the things that shits me off is in the announcement for the budget, WA Labor has said, you know, we've taken what was one of Australia's weakest economies 8 years ago and turned it into one of the strongest. That is just fundamentally not true. Like, WA has always had one of this country's strongest economies. The WA resource management is one of the reasons that we've constantly, like, the argument to break away from the rest of Australia has come up at every single fucking election. At the election when McGowan won, there was the separate the WA separation party. So, like, we've always had one of the stronger economies in this country. So, you know, New South Wales and Victoria have always been the ones that have had struggled with economic management in terms of, like, it's just the bullshit. Like, it's like, we know it's not true. We know it's not true. You're just hoping people don't remember that far back. Yeah, WA Labor, you mean Woodside. Yep. Very fair, very true. Okay, now overlay. No getting distracted. It might be the wind blowing. Maybe I have to shut the door. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go shut my door. Shit, where's Emery's messages to me? So this is the Stream Elements overlay tool. So what does it look like? Oh, it's a progress bar. Oh, fucking sick. That's a fucking progress bar. Fucking sick. Yes. How do I copy it again? Fuck, Command C. There we go. OBS. Go into OBS. Kofi goal. Kofi alert. And we're going to do a new GoFundMe. All right, now where is it? I can't see it. It's always that way though for me. I always just like, like it's on top of everything else, so you should be able to see it. Oh shit. This is the thing that always gets me every single time. I'm like, oof. Like I can see the bar, but the rest of it isn't there. I know why. Here we go. I've got an ad that's about to start. Perfect. There it is. So what it was the box wasn't big enough for the web browser page to show it. So I figured it out. I did my own. Did you see that? Did you see that? I totes did like my own freaking what's it called? I did my own, guys. I did my own freaking, you know, what's it called? When you have to figure it out on your own. Did my own fucking thing. Did my own little troubleshooting. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, did my own fucking troubleshooting. I'm a fucking boss. Look at me go. All right, so this is our donation goal. I'm putting it down the bottom of the page just there. I feel like that's a good spot, isn't it? Is it? Or should I put it like up here? What do you reckon? Change text color to dark if you think. How do I change the stream elements? Can I change them? I didn't know I could change them. I was like, once they're set, you know, like that's it. Yeah, yep. If you change the donation goal part to this blockout has given me the dopamine hit I desperately needed. This blockout. What blockout? What happened? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm missing stuff. There's an ad! Quick! Ad break! Quickly! Bonus content. Yeah, what happened, Ames? What's going on? That's not going to work, is it? I'm being kicked out of the football. Sorry, none till the 15th. You're on a bug. No. Earlier I was explaining. Earlier I was explaining. That was not able to be done due to mental health reasons. Sorry, Emery. I'm not kicking you like the football. Yeah, I know. Swear at me and call me names. Oh, I missed that. That's okay. I do like when Daddy does these things too. The block out. Oh, you've blocked out all of the celebrities. See, I've never really followed the celebrities. So that's okay. Don't stress. Yeah, I unfortunately my mental health was not able to take the bone comb break. The insomnia has been kicking my ass, and this is usually the thing that helps with the insomnia. My doctor has given me something else to try and use instead, which I have been, but it makes me feel really groggy the next day in a way that this just doesn't. But one of the things that we're trying to avoid is the nausea. I've been having a lot more nausea recently, which I have said is a result of the general anxiety because of the state of the world, because we've been messing with my meds. We've been trying to get the balance right as you do. So I'm now on half as much of the Lexapro that I was on before. I've dropped that The man hath not arrived for his meeting. If he's 10 minutes late, you're allowed to leave. It's the law. 10 minutes and you're allowed to tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm a forced break. I'm devastated. Oh, I know. I feel so terribly for you. I feel absolutely so fucking terribly for you. I can't believe they've done that to you. It was so funny because when I ordered this stuff as well, I ordered it well and truly before I was going to need it because I knew what was going to happen. I knew there was going to be an issue. And I ordered it well in advance because I knew that there was going to be an issue. And then they fucked up. That's right. The invoice came through for me to pay it because you have to put your prescription in. Like the same way it works with any prescription. You put the prescription in, they complete the order, you then pay for it, they then post it, right? I already left. I got shit to do. I already left. Good on you. Good on you. So I put the order in, and then 3 days later, I got the invoice. Finally, the invoice was wrong. So I messaged them, said the invoice was wrong, cancelled the invoice, cancelled the order, put a new order in again for the correct thing that I wanted. No, I couldn't actually. I couldn't because I had then run out of that prescription, so I couldn't put an order in for the thing that I wanted. So I put an order in for something else and said, this isn't what I want, but this is what was on my invoice. Please recheck my previous order. This was on my invoice, but I did not order this. And then I placed that as an order so they would see it. And then they packed that order. They then placed that order for me. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Did you not read what I wrote in the notes for the order? And so then I cancelled that order, and I had tried to call them and I had emailed them as well by this point. And so then I just called the doctor and at the doctor's office and I said, I'm having huge issues with this pharmacy, with this getting this fucking order right. And then finally it arrived. So a week after I had placed the initial order, I finally had the correct invoice to pay. And then a couple of days later, I had the stuff. But it was just really frustrating with all of the, back and forth or whatever. But as I said, I had ordered it, and they do allow you to order it a bit early because of stuff like that, like delivery and that interstate. Anyone want the Google Doc link? A way for Tamara to have a to-do list that all the voices can do a collaboration on. It's a Google Doc. Put up an overlay that has the to-do list space on it. Hey, there you go. I got to make an overlay. Oh, why is it not appearing on the... Oh, my donation button. I put it in the wrong spot. Tamara! There you go. I'm like, why isn't it appearing on the screen, Tamara? It's because you didn't put it in the right spot, you dag. There you go. Yes, and I do want to say as well, guys, 14,800. We are we had $2,000. We've raised another $2,000 this week. That's massive. I should copy up my work and get T to edit it for me. Yeah, right. Yeah, $2,000 American as well. So, $50 American is $80 Australian at the moment. There's I don't know. Yeah, there's a 60% markup. 60% markup. I just realized I left my phone here when I left before. That's how much I hate this fucking thing. I left it here. How'd it go waking up? I just See, I knew it was a risk bringing up the Google Doc in chat, but I was hoping it'd be glossed over. Is that because I'm not allowed access to the Google Doc? Oh, the voiders need to know how to get in, but I'm not allowed to know how to get in. Right. Hey, I'm fine with that too. Oh, there was a noise. What was that noise? Did we get another donation? I feel like there was a noise. It's because bets were on for how long it took you to clock the list. When I got back, it's the end of the world. No, I think that was a happy noise. I think that was a new. I don't know. Was it? I don't know. The QR code is there too, guys. Don't worry. Don't forget to make it nice and easy. Am I imagining things? Oh, does it? I didn't see anything pop up. Oh, where does it pop up though? Oh, shit. See, that's the only problem with the pop-up overlays is if I don't know where they are on the screen or where it pops up on the screen, I've probably chopped it off. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Emery. So as soon as I get the payout from Twitch this week, I'm going to donate that as well. You can just duplicate. Yeah, I will. I didn't realize it was there. So I'm going to check and see what that is as well while we're here, while we're together. No, I need my navigation. What's that? Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, what just happened? OBS Studio just quit unexpectedly. Do you know why? That was my fault because I was trying to access Twitch through OBS. This is why you have a separate tag open for these things, Tamara. We do not want to have OBS running that much shit. It doesn't like it. What is meant to be in the other brown box? To-do list. Yep, let me see. Okay, yeah, so it's over in that corner. I see, said the blind man, as he waved his wooden leg and he asked for a peg to go round. That's probably not a very nice poem now that I think about it, that my gran used to recite all the time, that I've just then recited without thinking about it. That's so having a look at just like, okay. Yeah. I can see where it is on there. I'm going to have to do a little bit of a let's see. So I haven't actually ever shared my so if I'm running 3-minute ads per hour or more, which I am, I get 55% of the revenue share from advertising, which is thanks to all y'all watching the ads. Appreciate that. A bit emote. Oh, does it cost to send a bit emote? Oh gosh, minimum bits to pin a post. I'm just gonna save that as 1. Like I don't need. Oh, there's an incoming call. Sorry, I gotta mute you guys for a second. God Almighty. It's okay, it wasn't urgent. Kim mentioned the French solution. I wasn't here for it. What? Oh, that's what cheering is. So it's all you have to do is type in cheer. I did try. Oh, so if someone cheers, I don't understand how Twitch works. So I don't understand how Twitch works at all. I imagine the fact that I washed the floor when I was supposed to be doing other stuff. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what that actually means in terms of dollars that they will be like subscriber badges. Oh, the next. Oh, I don't have a. I got to upload some badges. I got to add some badge flair. Yeah, and I'll upload some custom flair. Yeah. We need some more. I'm going to do some more stuff. Oh, we've got 1 open slot for an emote. Ooh, try Twitch alerts and you can get 2 additional. So I've got to try Twitch alerts so we can get bonus stuff. Guys, I'm doing all this for you. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Your alerts. Create an alert box to get started. Oh, it's basically the Stream Element stuff. Oh, we can have sub-only emotes. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I've got the Ko-fi and stuff up usually. If you link your PayPal to Stream Elements, and there's a way to get tips there. Very cool. Ko-fi, I just find so easy though, like to use as a creator. I don't know why, but like the one thing I hated about PayPal was people kind of had to sign up. I don't know, like the idea of being able to set limits to be. So, for example, to sign up for my monthly subscription or whatever, you can sign up for whatever amount you want. It's $1, but you can, like, you know what I mean? Like, people can set whatever amounts they want to give on the Ko-fi. Whereas PayPal, you set the amounts and people sign up for those tiers. And I just kind of felt, I don't know, like it just feels exclusionary doing that. Like, I get it. I get it as a way of in capitalism trying to, you know, draw up that feeling of exclusivity and money buys you access. But we don't we want a better world than that, don't we? So why do we keep creating those same worlds within this world? You know? Yeah, that's what I figured. It's been hard enough getting you to unfootball to put new things on. Yeah. It's so you can set your special adults only streams at 1K entry. So we were talking about setting up an OnlyFans the other day. No. No. Not that kind of adults only. Okay, yeah, I was. Chat wasn't. I was talking about setting it up to raise money for Rafa. OnlyFans for Rafa. I don't know. I reckon I wouldn't be willing to do it to pay my mortgage, but I'd be willing to do it to get families out of Rafa. So Wael, the family that we're raising money for, Mohammed Wael, his fiance is now on the move out of Rafa, but they've lost contact, so it's a little bit scary. Oh, turn the noise. Okay. It. What about that? What about that? Is that better? I have biscuit tap. Now something's still fucky. Okay, what about now? Is this okay now? Let me, if I keep talking, I'm not even, maybe it's actually that I've got, this isn't right, you know? I might have the gain down too low on this, and so it's not picking up my voice enough. This seems okay? That's better? So this is, oh, that's much better. So we've got echo cancellation off, reduced mic background noises off, but I turned the gain up on the physical mic, which is something I keep forgetting because I've never, oh wait, no. Is it? Oh, I think it's when it's too close to you, it's peaking. Yep, so if I put it back where it actually goes, back there, we're good? Gain goes between 1/2 and 2/3. Yeah, see, I didn't even have it close to that. I had it at like 1/4. I had it much, much lower than that. Is it, let me know if that's any better. I'm not seeing anything. Cool. Is that any better? I should plug my microphone. I should plug my headphones into the microphone so that I can hear it. Something's going on. I don't know. Do you know what? Let me go and put some water in my fucking cat bowl again, because that was what it was last time. Remember? It was the fucking. How's that? Ah, shit. It was your cat bowl. Yes, it's always the fucking cat bowl. It's always the noisy fucking cat bowl. Where have the ads gone? Have we had an ad? Your notification doesn't show you when ads are. Fuck. Well, mine says we got one in 6 minutes. So I'm going to have a quick look at this and see if I can fiddle with this a little bit. And might be able to also... don't know. What if it's... Okay, what if it's... Is that better? Could it be that I'm not even facing it the right way? I don't fucking know. Oh, that might be it. Yeah. I have given to not touching the pop-ups. What? My thing's moved again. Bloody heck. My thing keeps moving. So... Whenever I see someone cheer and it says cheer 1, that costs them a cent, does it? I thought that was just like a command. Right. So it's like TikTok. You pre-buy the bits. So it's like TikTok. It's like TikTok with the roses then. All these sites doing all this shit to get your little bits of money in these microtransactions, eh? Can you read over Kim's major essay for the year and make sure it isn't balked to the to-do list, but make sure it's after Esperanto. I want to read Kim's essay. Also, I want to talk about when we're doing book club again, guys. No, I don't. Don't you just put the link? Everybody's like, can't I just give you the link? Everyone, get the link. I don't know the bit. I haven't written my essay yet. I just finished my bibliography. Oh, okay. Oh, exciting. By the time I actually finish my essay, my bibliography usually needs to change completely as well. Channel points, goals. Stream elements not connected. Connect and authorize stream elements. You connected a Stream Elements account to Twitch. Authorize Stream Elements to start sending its events to Twitch Alert. Authorize. There you go. Everybody could do that. I just authorized it to go through Twitch. Maybe that's why it's been fucking with the garlic breads, because it wasn't authorized. How can you not have seen this? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully that'll fix it for us now. Hopefully. Now I've got to move this element back, the GoFundMe, back down to here. Now, actually, maybe what I'll do is here we go. I'm doing this one first. And then we'll do the cheering one next. What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? Sorry. I know that we are not all fans. I can't help it. What if it's written mine on my... Maybe that's... and to answer the question, why did Kim learn Esperanto? It was in response to Red Dwarf. Oh, of course. Context clues. I'm so not a fan to the point that I didn't know that you were singing until you flagged people know I might be fans, at which point I got angry. Well, are you attracted to me? No, of course not. I think you look like a giant half-chewed rubber-tipped pencil. Sorry. What the fuck is that echo? Was that mean? Was that, did I, fuck, I can't hear shit. One of these actually does let me hear. Oh, add breakity breakity break. Oh, as in, okay. Red Dwarf! I was quoting Red Dwarf! I was quoting Red Dwarf. Well, I mean, do you find me attractive? What? Of course not. I think you look like a giant half-chewed rubber tip pencil. Yeah, it's from Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is a television show, a British television show that didn't actually run for very long. About these guys, like it's very much the British comedy version of Star Trek. You know, like imagine the British comedy version of Star Trek. That's Red Dwarf. Are they still making it? They are not. Holy shit! I thought it ended years ago. Kim! They're still making fucking Red Dwarf! Flippin' heck! I thought they only made like 3 seasons. Oh, they keep having breaks. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're quoting season 3 like I should know it when I've been watching season 10 up in this bitch. No, they only showed 3 seasons here. Then it's what production companies, right? Okay, that makes sense. See, now I'm learning, and I'm figuring out now why my knowledge was so lacking. I don't think ABC ever bought the later stuff. Oh, that makes sense then, because I find oh, ads in progress, quick. Allergies. Gosh, guys, these allergies. There were a few seasons like that. There were a few bits of TV like that I really enjoyed when I was younger. That I remember just kind of ended at different points. One of them was Robin Hood. There was this Robin Hood version of TV that they were doing that I did actually find it online, so I was able to finish it. Like, it's fine. But the ABC just kind of gave up on airing it halfway through. I don't know why they do that sometimes. It's very frustrating. At least these days we can just go to, you know, the internet and see if we can find what we're looking for. But back in the day, not so easy. Not so easy back in my day. We spent a lot of time down at garage sales looking through VCRs, old copies of VCRs, and down at the video shop, seeing if the video shop would get them in. Now, for anyone joining us at the moment, not that I think anyone is, but anyone who's watching on the stream later on as well, thank you everyone so much. We've already seen the donation has gone up again while we've been on live. I suggest turning off the view count. It's not possible on StreamYard, but StreamYard only shows, I know StreamYard isn't pulling that number from everywhere, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's not possible. So sorry. These allergies today. Oh. I tell you what, though, even having a 2-day break. Whew. Gosh almighty. So, any hoozles though, we have managed to raise a bit more money while we've been here, which is fantastic. Yeah, it's just raw dog reality, my guy. It's just bad out here. It is. It is. And yeah. It is hard. Like, it's one of those things that I talk to people all the time who also have anxiety, because I understand I have anxiety, right? Like, I have anxiety. Don't get me wrong. Like, I fucking understand anxiety. I don't have depression. I have had depressive episodes, yes. I have had bouts of depression. Depression's not something that I struggle with. I have depression in the sense that I have situational depression, in the sense that I can pinpoint what my depression is being caused by, and often once I've addressed that issue, the depression's gone. So I wouldn't say that I understand depression in the sense of, you know, being the chronic ongoing feeling of depression. Not in the way that I understand anxiety, because I will never be depressed about nothing. I will always be anxious about nothing. So I think that's what I mean when I say that I understand anxiety in a way that I don't understand depression, despite the fact that I have had situational depression. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. I think that says exactly. Does that say exactly about me? The only time I've met depressive criteria is when other trauma shit was mimicking depressive symptomology. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I mean. So I can identify the fact that my depression is situational because I can identify what's causing the depression. And oftentimes, once that's resolved, the depression's resolved as well. So the only time when I had depression that I got to the point where I was like, I might unalive because I couldn't identify the cause, was because the cause was gaslighting me. And once I had sorted out that situation, the depression sorted itself out as well. But this is why gaslighting is so dangerous as well, because if you have depressive episodes, but you can deal with them because you can identify the cause and deal with it, and then someone's gaslighting, do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, like, gaslighting is dangerous for its own, but gaslighting causes other mental issues in people. Like, gaslighting triggers other mental issues in people, which is one of the reasons why gaslighting is so dangerous. And people don't get it. People don't get it. They think, you know, it's just, you know, you're lying. It's like little white lies about something. But no, like, it's, you know, self-deletion stuff on my end has never been depression mediated. And almost universally, this traumatic thing is inescapable, and I'm figuring on unconventional escape. Yeah, right. And I think for me is I've always had that attitude where as long as I'm here, like, and I think it's one of those things, again, like, this is what my psych says, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to my trauma responses, because it's one of the things I've had an issue with in the past, is therapists have tried to be like, this is a trauma response, this isn't like a natural thing, and da-da-da, and my psych is like, your traumas have shaped you just as much as the good things that happened to you have shaped you. So this is a part of your personality now, that you do this thing. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater and stop you from being the person who has such confidence in yourself that you don't need to rely on other people because you feel so completely competent to do everything. That's the thing I always feel like, as long as I'm here, I can fix anything. I can't leave this shit up to other people. Like, no one else is as capable as I am in my own fucking mind. And that is a trauma response because of being let down and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I only got the upsets when someone was being a real shit. Yeah. Situational depression, is that the name of it? Well, that's what it's been described as to me. That's the name that's been given to my depression when it's episodic in nature. So I don't need to be medicated for it. Like, so one of the things with therapy you try and work out is what responses are things that are being triggered by things in the world, and what are things that are things within you that we need to deal with. So for me, the depression was being triggered by things outside of me. So we deal with that. We don't have to start trying to. The anxiety is a emotional regulation, body being dysregulated response from trauma from childhood that I've been carrying with me my entire life, and so now it's ingrained in me. And so it's not like addressing triggers outside is going to stop that overnight. We have to address the causes within me for why I do that, which is why medication is helpful to turn down those symptoms, those responses, while we address the things that are triggering them, because those are things in me that I have to address. Whereas if it's situational, I don't need a medication for that. I can address that. Like, that's something that doesn't require the same kind of, you know, like, oh, I'm depressed because I feel like I don't have any control in my home. Get rid of the person who's making me feel that way. Bar them from the home. Give yourself that control. What do you know? The depression's gone. Mike's fucking up again. I think it's the wind. I'm in this image and I don't like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see the response via tisms versus the weird shit people are doing to me. Yeah. And I think as well, especially when it comes to the weird shit people are doing to me, like when we're talking about an anxious response, a lot of my anxiety is a direct result of autism. There we go. Let's see if that's any better for the sound. So not being able to understand why people were responding the way that they were to certain things, and then having to, like, just being really confused and then trying to preempt people's reactions to behaviors that I didn't really understand. That's where a lot of my anxiety comes from autism. Like, a lot of my anxiety comes from autism. And that's also why a lot of my work that I'm doing is about trying to unmask, because a lot of my mask is tied to my anxious behavior. So a lot of the, like, people say, like, this whole, like, teeth talking, bottom teeth talking trend, I would say to everyone, no one ever even sees my bottom teeth, because I'm always smiling when I talk, because if I don't, people think that I'm being nasty because of the tone of my voice. And I also modulate the tone of my voice. Like, I pitch the tone of my voice higher so people don't think that I'm being angry. But one thing that I can't do because of the tism is I can't tell whether I'm being too loud or not. I can't tell if I'm shouting or not. So I have to control the parts of my mask I can, because I might, like, if I'm being loud and I'm not smiling, like if I'm being loud and I'm frowning and I get louder and louder and louder, of course you're going to think that I'm angry with you. So I've got to make sure I'm smiling so that if I get loud, you know that I'm not. And if I pitch my voice lower and I get louder and louder and louder, then I just sound like I'm screaming, even if I am smiling. So I've got to make sure I pitch my voice higher so that people know that I'm not angry with them. I'm not saying the world just ain't listening. Yes. Absolutely. How's that for the mic too, by the way? Shutting all the doors and things. I'm hoping that helped. Yeah, that is why people need more M's in life, because they don't collect that shit and therefore don't care about it. Because it does take a lot of fucking work. And that's the thing too. People were like, when the camera cuts and your face just falls and everyone's like, oh, look at you behind the camera, like, you're not all smiles. It's like, who the fuck is wearing a big smile around their face when they're just walking around their house? Like, sweeping up, pick up some rubbish. Like, what? Like, you expect me to be like, sweeping off, like, in my own home when there's no one here? That takes work. I find not talking to fuckheads much easier. Yep, agreed. I do clock the loud or too soft volume modulation and flag that in the sense of it's hurting me for being too loud or too soft. Yep. Yeah, but it's not meaning anything to me otherwise. And that's the really hard thing for me as well, is because that's a part of my disability. I can't tell. So people will always, like, one of the things Adam was like, why are you always so loud? I don't know, I am being loud. And speaking to me like that and talking down to me like that, like, why can't you just fucking walk? Okay? Like, I'm really sorry that my disability is an inconvenience for you sometimes. I got a pair, everyone, a pair, yay! Like, it's just, and it really is frustrating the way people do not recognize disabilities in because they expect us not to recognize the disability. They don't want us to recognize the disability. If we recognize the disability, you know, then they have to, and they don't want that. So they don't want us to even fucking recognize it. Yeah, exactly. You can tell for yourself, and I'll help you figure when it's being a barrier, but otherwise it's just a thing. Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, you know, there's always, and like, the more you get used to people and you learn what their needs are, which is again why community, I'm just trying this ponytail trick and I'm really liking the way it looks in the camera, but I have no idea how it actually looks in real life, so I'm going to have to try and check. Because I don't know if my hair's thick enough to pull it off. But anyway. Why can't X be Y? Because shut the fuck up. Yeah. And yeah. Well, and I think the part of the thing as well is, again, for femme people, flagging things that make you feel uncomfortable or flagging your needs, you're often made to feel as though, like, you're made to feel really guilty. Like, there is a big, big guilt. Even with me being like, the other night last night when I messaged him was like, okay, the thing is, I don't want to commit to a time because I don't want to let you down, and I'm just like not able to answer the phone like sometimes. And I don't know. It's my Tuesday. I don't pick up on guilt trips, but it's not even like it's a guilt. It's not even like it's a guilt trip thing. It's a self guilt trip thing. It's a I should be able to do better. Like, I should be able to say to you, yep, let's speak tonight at 9 o'clock, and I should be able to guarantee that I'll be able to be there at 9 o'clock regardless of what happens between now and then. Nothing that happens between now and then should change the fact that I will be able to get there at 9 p.m. this evening. And if I have to cancel on you because I just can't handle it, that would be terrible. And so honestly, it's better for me to avoid the whole thing rather than bring up the awkwardness of the fact that my needs might mean I have to cancel on you last minute because I can't handle having a conversation at 9 p.m. at night. And Belle will attest to this. There have been times when we've been on the phone together and I've just been like, non-verbal, I can't do this anymore, I gotta go. Like, I completely shut down, and you just feel like I really try not to get to that point now. I really try not to get to that point because I've still got the risk that my kids are going to wake up at 2 a.m. and need me to take them to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, I can't completely shut down because I'm a single mum. So I can't let myself get to that point. Sorry, I know you're trying to make me feel better in the comments, and so I'm not reading them. What does that say about me? Would it be helpful for you as a working to unlearn that self-guilt, to make a time and then cancel if cancelling needs cancelling? That's what my therapist keeps telling me to do. My therapist keeps telling me to just be like, you know what, make the plan because you're going to make the plan. You know you're going to make the plan. You're not going to be able to avoid making the plan. You're just that kind of person. You want to be able to do the thing. Make the plan to do the thing. And then at 5 minutes past, when you've realized that you can't step out of your front door, message your friend and be like, nope, it's not happening, sorry. And your friends who understand what you're going through will understand. And I'm just like, I can't do that though. I can't do that because that would be letting people down. And I can't do that. That makes me feel sick. That's the anxiety. That is the anxiety. That is the root of the anxiety. No, because you can never be late. On a completely different topic, the chat window needs pushing behind the turtles and the newest voidist because things have become unstuck. You want to... The chat window is missing behind the turtles. It does. The chat window does need moving behind the turtles. I will move it behind the turtles, but I think I might... It doesn't work. This is why I cannot have anything to do with people that are routinely late because my anxiety is being late. And if you make me late, yep. And look, and I get that, I do, but again, this is a thing for me as well with letting people down that is just so, it's like, you know, with anxiety, this is what I mean when I say I can understand depression because of my anxiety and not because of my depression. Because when people say, like, go for a walk, read a good book, do something nice for yourself, for depression, that works for situational depression. I know that works for situational depression. I know it doesn't work for anxiety. So when people say the same thing, I'm like, yeah, and I'll just sit in the bath and vomit the whole time. Like, what are you talking about? And so that's why I say I can understand depression in the sense of my anxiety because, like, as lovely as that is and as wonderful as it is to know that that option's there, and as much as I'm like, oh, it's so great that I have friends who are willing to be understanding, my anxiety won't let me do that. My anxiety is just like, you don't deserve to have friends because you keep letting people down, and so just stay in your little hole where you won't hurt anybody. Yeah. How good is being early? Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. And that's the thing too. Like, and this is why community is so important. This is why community is so important because there you go. It's behind the turtles. How's that? Things are restuck again. Because when your community gets to know you and gets to know your needs, and that they can make those accommodations, and you get to know each other. Like, imagine being in a community where it's like, for 4 hours every day, I'm out there, like, rallying the troops, doing all the shit, like, sorting people out, doing all the management shit, and then I was like, okay, guys, I'm out, and I went home and laid on my couch and sucked my thumb and, like, did my sewing, and everyone was like, hey, just checking in, you good? Yep, no worries. And everyone just knew. Everyone was like, yep, it's, like, we get her for 3-4 hours a day at 100%, and then the rest of the time, we bring her cups of tea and pat her head just to let her know that we haven't forgotten about her, and that's it. And that's why you need community. Actually, anxiety is so right now. That's totally why I hang around and do any of the stuff I do. It's because you don't deserve friends, and it's so bad and horrible to hang around you. I haven't taken my escitalopram today, my 10 milligrams. And because I'm on a lower dose now, I can't miss doses. I do have to take it every day. And I do start to notice by about this time in the afternoon, if I haven't taken it, I'm like, oh, I am starting to notice that little bit of a feeling in my stomach that I do feel a little bit nervous. Maybe I shouldn't have gone down to the 10 milligram dose, but I feel like I need to. I'm going to go grab it now, though. Medicate, bitch. Yeah. Medicate. Well, I am going to, because I do feel, and I will say, one thing I do really think at the moment. God, I'm going to sound like such an old lady, aren't I? Really. I'm going to sound like such a fucking old lady. But I really do feel like I want to, one thing I've always been cautious about is being over-medicated. And that's one of the reasons why, I hope you can hear me, and if you can't, I apologise. But it's one of the reasons why I go for the, or don't go for the, I shouldn't say, that's a bad way of putting it. But that's one of the reasons I use the medicinal product, the herbal products, is, hopefully this is still warm enough to be so-called coffee, because I can do it based on how I feel, and it fades very quickly, and it's very much, it helps with symptoms in the moment when I need it to. This is like slow release. It's like the two different versions of insulin, you know? That's slow release. This manages the symptoms on a more immediate basis. And you need both when you are fucked in the head. Can for the most part hear you. You are just distant. Excellent. Excellent. Anyone would think that the creation of timepieces beyond sunset and big rocks for calendars was the start of the downward spiral of modern existence. I completely agree. I think you're onto something, Kim. Like, I have been talking about let's get rid of money, but you are so right. Let's get rid of time. Like, fuck money. Time is the real enemy. I really think you're onto something. Because, like, I've been talking for years about the 9 to 5 and how the 9 to 5 was invented for a particular setup of nuclear family we haven't had now for nearly 100 fucking years. So why are we still doing this? Oh. Wael's family, the donation thing has just popped up again for anyone who is watching. 3 minutes till we have an ad break. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm not telling people they don't listen and they never read. I am glad you set up the Autobot posting too. It is very good to help refocus and remind. Stop kicking mods like the football. Aye! Ah! I love my mods. My mods are the most important people in the whole wide world to me. Ah! Put up the overlay. So I've put up half of it. Bone cone back on. Yes. Give offerings to the Minotaur. So what offerings do I need to give to the Minotaur? Because I feel like that's next on the list. I've got bone cone ready to go. It is very good for refocus. There's like, honestly, you are a fucking legend, Emery, but we know this. We all know this. Here we go. What's this? Oh! Angrier woman. Let's have a look. Amy! I'm going to listen to this voicemail quickly. I'm going to pull something up for you guys. One sec. You fucking did it, bitch. Talking about you. Talking about you. Oh, Domino's just messaged me. I hate it when they do that. Stop reminding me you exist, Domino's. I don't like it. I don't like it. We were briefly talking about me. Briefly. OT, the linky thing for the fishing chat is in the Discords. Yes, I saw that. I have to add that on my thing. Let me do it now before I forget. Briefly. That meant to say briefly about your job. Briefly. Oh! Okay. Now, next week my kids are going to be catching the bus home, which I'm nervous for, but also excited for because it means I won't have to stop these until like 4 o'clock when they actually get home, which is cool. Oh, there's an ad break. There's an ad break. Where's the ad break? I can't ride the bus. Ad starting soon. Ad starting soon. I do love a train, but it's not a FaceTime. More Tamara times. But it is Tamara time. It's chaos is what it fucking is. It's fucking chaos. Lovely chaos incarnate. We love it. We love it. Oh. What's happening? What am I doing? What's the slander happening? No, I was just saying that I was briefly chatting about messaging them on the group chat. Amy is doing a series on TikTok that I want to check out, but I think I'm going to make everyone go and check it out individually rather than showing it on here. I'll post the link in the Discord. I'll post the links. Oh, that's a good plan. We'll post the links in the Discord. Trans are best. Trans rights. That's correct. Yeah. Followed by trams, and behind everything else is buses. Trams are the best. Trans rights are the best. Yeah, but trains are correct. They are the best. Yeah, but buses are the worst. I don't have any other options in this town. Trans people are also the best. Agreed. I have to just quickly go and see if I can find this shit somewhere. Whoop! What did I just drop that? What did I just do with that? I keep catching sight of my face. You know, like, oh, I keep catching sight of my face. I need this cream. It's really irritating me. I just want it gone so badly. How long does it take? Here it is. Because it's driving me insane. I have none foods in the house. Oh. It's Thursday. What day is it? It's Friday. It's Friday. So you have someone coming tomorrow. Do you need food now though? We can get food sent to you. Gosh, I wish I had the ability to get food sent to me. Oh my God. But I can get food sent to you though. Need food's never been a need. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand. I get that. But it is really still, isn't it? Even though you don't feel the need, your body does still actually need it, doesn't it? You're just like, meh. Oh. It's really annoying because it's a prescription-only medication and it's almost out and this isn't gone yet. I don't know if that's true, actually. Really? I will say, and I did say this to a friend the other day as well, who was struggling with eating. I do drink most of my calories. Like smoothies, juices, milkshakes. A lot of milkshakes. I've been having issues with around weight again, and I was talking to my doctor about it, and she was like, "What helped last time?" I was like, "Coffee frappes." I just started putting ice cream in my coffee every morning. That's how I gained weight. Yeah, there's reasons I can't. Yeah. Stop washing your face with porcupines then. Okay, porcupines. I don't believe this was when I think this happened. I think this was like I scratched my face with the porcupine to try and get the dead skin off because it was really itchy. So, you know, Gaza! Trans rights are human rights. Oh, you beat me, Em. Goodbye. Oh, what? What? I didn't even miss. See, this is why you guys are legends. This is why the mods are absolute legends. I didn't even have time to clock the fact that there was a fucking bigot in here before he's absolutely outed. And I assume it's a he because, of course, I was going to tell him to fuck off in more words and then boot them. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to rant at them, but other times, you know, it's good to just get a stick and beat them with it. Yeah, I was busy rubbing my face down with my oils. But yeah, we've been assigned a lovely family to support. Yes. I'm gonna make a command that pops up that we can on the screen for trans rights whenever someone bigoted like that jumps in here. But yes, we are so close. I would really like if we could get to $15,000 by the end of the stream today. I would be so happy to help get Wael's family out. Now, Wael's update from the family as well. Wael has actually managed. His fiance is now out of the Rafah zone. They have left Rafah, but they've lost contact. So they were on their way to leave Gaza, but news is spotty as to whether they are actually being allowed to leave or not. So we're waiting to hear, but they've still got 7 other people to try and get out at the moment. Now the reason as well that they're you know, Wael Wael's cousins are working. They are not in Gaza. They are working and they are sending money back to the family to get them out. So they are working towards getting family members out themselves as well at the same time. So they are making progress themselves behind the scenes. But obviously, the quicker we can get them out, the better, especially with what Israel's been doing with stepping up its offensives against Rafah. I have a stick at my front door for beating people that come to the door that don't believe in trans rights. I put my stick in the meme channel. Yep. Yup. Agreed. FaceTime with Daddy of the Void. Chaos. Chaos is the most important thing. I missed my opportunity for bonus content, didn't I? I did. It was like 10 minutes ago too. That's how bad I am. It was 10 bloody minutes ago and I missed my opportunity. Yes you did. Oh well. Oh, I didn't even put on TikTok that I was going live. I don't know. I can't see the ad alerts. It's so sad. I didn't even put on TikTok that I was going live. TikTok has just been blocking most of the content I've been trying to post. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And like even right now, the posts that I've made that are getting commented on are not the ones Oh. Anyway, weirdly, I get all of yours through Bell now because it reposts them from... Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like tanking them. Sailing season has been become a captain and lead your crew to obtain team treasures together. What am I going to call us? So bizarre. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm getting distracted. Ames, hi. Currently I'm having my biggest growth on TikTok. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, TikTok just fucking hates me at the moment. It really, really, really hates me. I do think part of that's me though. Like I go through these phases with it where, and like again, I'm doing this at the moment. Like I'm doing the live streaming, so it's like that takes up so much more energy. Like it, you know, it's about choosing where my energy goes, and I'm putting my energy into this at the moment. And I'm trying to get TikTok to not hate me for posting about important world events, but well, you guys know how it goes. So where's my lighter gone? I dropped it. Did I pick it up? I did. Did I put it in my pocket? Probably. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? On my lap again, and now I've dropped it again. Found it. Okay, stop moving around. This is Anxious Tomorrow. This is Anxious Tomorrow. I'm bouncing out of my skin. Bouncing out of my skin. I don't know, maybe rage about landlords for a minute and then bait and switch. Yeah, okay. Yep. I need to find a provocative landlord story. And then do a bait and switch. Landlords love to blow up my page. They do. So if I do that though, because it's fucking exhausting arguing with them, if I do that, I'm going to post it on the Void and I'm going to need everyone to jump in the comments and like argue with the landlords for me so it's not just me, because I will run out of energy so quickly. And you don't have to do it seriously. Like just fucking troll them. Just fucking troll them just to get the engagement. Like literally just respond and be like, you're exploiting people, so I don't fucking care about your opinion. Like, if your opinion is that you should be allowed to exploit people, then I don't think you should be allowed to vote. Like, you know what I mean? Just fucking troll them. So, I'll post a video bait and switching, because the bait and switch about Taylor Swift did work, but I don't usually talk about Taylor Swift. So, you're right, the bait and switch about landlords could be the go-to. The bait and switch about landlords could be the go-to. Maybe I'll even stitch my last video that went viral about landlords. You just told me to troll. Dangerous. Yeah, no, I'm fucking serious. I have had to go in, like when TikTok keeps putting up these bullying and censorship warnings, I keep having to go in and approve comments, and it's mostly your guys' comments I have to go in and approve. It doesn't block the trolls. It blocks your comments trolling the trolls. It's so fucking bullshit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that because that could blow up and actually create a lot of hate for you. But there will be enough dickhead landlords who'll do it, who'll tell on themselves. Oh, absolutely. I remember, Amy. I remember, Amy. Don't stress. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh no, my account is private. They can't message me first. Okay. I mean, I reckon we won't need to, but yeah, if it doesn't happen within sort of the first hour, if it doesn't happen in the first hour of the video going live, I will. So what I might do as well is I might actually put on, what am I going to put on? I'm going to have to put some makeup on as well, because it's the other thing I haven't been doing recently is I haven't been putting any makeup on or anything, or even putting any moisturizer on my face, because I've been trying to kill this fungus. Yeah. I got no idea. I feel like I can press heart. Hey, press heart and then type some nonsense comments in there at least 5 words long. That's all we need from you. That's all we need from you. Do you know what's really, really frustrating though? I gotta tell ya. What's really frustrating? That didn't work at all, did it? I forgot what I was talking about. Unmedicated Amy is buzzing. Yeah, that's the problem I'm having is I think I might not be okay with, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's at least give it a week before I start panicking, hey? I don't know. I am panicking a little bit about my medication changes. I know I've got to give it some time. But like, I am nervous. I'm nervous. And I'm not going to lie, all of my videos that go viral when I'm not medicated. All of the times I go viral, it's when I'm not medicated. It's like, I don't know. There might be something. Fucking hell, that was loud. Fucking hell. Stop that. I'm unpinning stuff. Medication switches are hard, which is what stopped me from taking traditional meds. Yeah. I mean, my balance was working, but not really optimally. So it takes you 3 months for the dog to calm down when you move them to think I can get a break. Okay, thanks. Nonsense comment at least 5 words long. Yep. The only meds I've found that worked are ADHD ones. And you know what? That has been recommended to me as well. That I look into that. I have had access to meds and have self-medicated before. And it does, but I don't know if it helps more than, say, the escitalopram does for me. I don't know. Like, I think my big problem really is, like, anxiety distracts me as much as everything else. Oh, yeah, true. You're talking about for you. Yeah. And that's, yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough too. I want special drugs that work for me. Maybe I should have an iron gummy. Maybe. I am going to do some bone cone time secretly because it's 10 minutes until the ad break and I cannot wait that long. Also, we have not done any news for the week, but I feel like, I don't know, if I pull it up quickly now and we do a little bit, maybe I'll do that. If I just pull it up now, What's that? Oh, we did the budget. Well, you did. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. I spoke about the fact that the budget was being released. Yep. But I mean, it really hasn't been very news heavy, has it? And it is supposed to be the week in news. I don't know. Maybe I should try a little bit harder to do a little bit. I don't know. So, they're talking about how they understand that everyday expenses are impacting everyday people, and so they've got 5 ways that they're helping with the cost of living. This is the WA budget that I'm talking about briefly now. So the electricity credits, which have been very popular for the McGowan government in the past as well. There have been 3 other, I believe, times of these credits, of these electricity credits, which, given the fact that the you know, it's all, what do you call it? The grid is government owned. Makes sense. Maid Marian and her merry men. Excellent, Kim. I just saw that in there. I can't see the Adler. Oh, no, sorry, that's way back. Where am I? Lexapro worked, but I had no sex drive. Yeah, that's not a fair swap at all. I have also noticed a reduced sex drive on Lexapro. Let's just say that at this particular point in my life, that has not been a problem for me at all. I have not minded that. In fact, it's been quite good. Yeah, too many meds fuck with libido. Yeah. See, for me, the side effect that made me feel off was the sweating. The sweating with Lexapro, yeah, that's what I couldn't handle. Yeah, imagine trying to grapple with unceasing horniness on top of anything else. Yeah, and I have always had a very heightened libido. So for me, having that just sort of reduced, not gone, but I can just take care of it myself. I don't need any help. To have that reduced has been a bit of a godsend because, yeah, in the early days of the separation, I kept dipping back into the honeypot because I was just that fucking horny. And so having that turned down a little bit has certainly helped me. Yeah. Yes, instead of just setting a price for power and taking the companies under nationalisation, we fuck about giving a kickback to the power companies via paying the poorest so that they can half access power. Terrible, terrible. Yeah, it's not going to help anything. No, and like a $400 credit. And to be honest with you as well, the poorest households, speaking again from experience, have their electricity cut off and then just learn to do without it because they can't afford to pay the back payment that's owed. So these credits are great because they're helping to pay back this debt that some of these people owe. But like we've got people with $8,000 worth of debt to electricity companies out in some places. This doesn't mean jack shit, you know? Increasing the regional pensional travel card to $675. Now, that is, I'm not going to lie, pretty good. That is pretty good. That is for like buses and things. Making public transport free for students going to school and everyone else on Sundays. Sorry, I just got all excited about power and rebates and bullshit. Yeah, fuck it. Disconnect everyone's power and give everyone a strict limit on needs and wants, given the rollout of technology. Not just that, but also we all have to start like learning to do without less. So what it needs to be is, okay, we got to figure out a way for this like renewable energy to be able to maintain itself and to be able to, the turbines are down, guys. Until we fix them, we don't have power. Sorry, like don't open your fridges for the next couple of hours. Like we just got to get used to the fact that we're not always going to have reliable access to power. We just need to get used to the fact that our first world way of living is what is fucking things up for everybody else, and we need to stop expecting to be able to continue living that way. And a lot of people, because of the cost of living crisis, are already getting used to living that way. We've already got people, who are rationing medication, growing their own food, not using the electricity, getting generators and getting gas barbecues and only cooking on gas barbecues and things because they can't afford the fucking electricity, and they can manage the gas better because they know how much they're using as they're using it. I get free travel off peak anyway. Yeah, hence needs and wants. Yeah. It's bullshit. What shits me off so much is the fucking scientific dystopias. It's all about how these body mods are controlled by capitalism. Disabled people's assistive tech right now, access to those is mediated by capitalism. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Some people need power connected, but those people are rare as hen's teeth. And we have generators. We already have the technology that exists for those people. We already have the ability to ensure that, for example, in the event of a brownout, that hospitals will still get access to power, even though other areas of the town, like our houses, might be cut off. And there are some, like, for example, there are some houses that are listed as requiring, like, for example, I've got some clients who have got medical equipment at home that is hooked up to run dialysis and stuff at home. And so they need access to power in order to keep their kidneys functioning. And so in the event of a brownout, their power stays on, even though mine goes out. We already have in the system ways to account for this, And yeah, absolutely, what Emery was saying about body mods and I do find, that's one of the reasons that I find horror, what I was saying the other day about horror feeling like it says so much more about the human condition than I think other forms of other films necessarily do, is because it taps into those things that are happening right now. And so, and you can see it. You can see them talking about, this is a current issue we're talking about when we're talking about capitalism controlling body mods. But so many people miss it. So many people miss it. Our phone line backups. It's fucking obvious. We have 80% of people doing bullshit jobs, doing nothing. Yeah. Like cochlears. Those are only able to be set up and repaired by one fucking company. Prosthetics are only able to be done with certain companies. Soma appliances able to be through a single company. Yeah. And again, people sort of go on about free market competition. The whole point of competition is that eventually someone wins. Right? That the whole point of competition is that eventually someone wins. And once that someone wins, there's no more competition. So once you get to the pointy end and you have the winners who own everything and there is no more competition, what is the point of having a private company do these things if it could be community owned, Our community needs a certain amount of these products made. We're going to ensure that they get made, And that's the thing too, is people need to understand is that we will still require plastics. There are still some plastics that are needed. So finding ways for us to be able to break down plastic, it's not like, we should just stop using plastic at the other end. It's like, no, there are, medical waste is a huge area where we need plastic. And so having a way to break that down is actually very helpful. There's conversations going on in prosthetic talk about companies putting huge logos and branding onto prosthesis. Putting their logo on your body? Putting their logo on your body. That feels just so dystopian. Oh, that feels so dystopian. I understand having a stamp on the bottom of the foot so that you know where you got it from if you need replacement parts. Or obviously maybe not on the bottom of a foot because it'd wear off. But maybe on the inside of a part of it or something. One of the sections that wraps. Have a tag on in there so that you know where you got it from if you need replacement parts. Having a giant fucking logo on your body, That's like having a tattoo nobody asked for. What the fuck? I guess with the stoma appliances and things, I can kind of understand because they're not like you have to replace those quite frequently, don't you? They're not. But with a prosthesis, like they're I mean, I get it. It's attached to you, and so it's still like you're wearing this thing that you didn't consent to wear. But I'm sort of more thinking in terms of arms and legs that you can't then wear shorts in summer without showing off bloody Sabcor's logo. I can never not wear a stoma appliance, so I'm always wearing that blood. Yeah. Yeah, so even though it's disposable, you always have to wear one. So you're always wearing that brand's logo, whether you like it or not. That's really fucked up. That's really fucked up, isn't it? Because, like, the thing is, like, I often choose what I'm going to wear based on whether, like, you know, I'll quite often choose tops that come down like this to show off the tattoos and the artwork that I've chosen. But I can also get dressed without even thinking about it. But I've chosen to put that art on my body. Imagine if there was an evil corporation conglomerate who you actively had to work every day to cover up their markings from your body so that you weren't like advertising for. Oh, there's a fucking ad break. I didn't even do my bonus content and there's an ad break. Oh. They reckon you don't get high if you don't cough, but I reckon it's the opposite. Forgot about my coffee. I have the same 5 jumpers and so on. Imagine having... That's so strong. Oh, there's the allergies. Coffee! You coughed! I know! Imagine having 5 weeks of clothes and you never have to think about getting dressed. I'm not Tism. I have a very curated wardrobe in the sense that I can pull any pair of pants and any top out of my wardrobe and they will go together. I have done that on purpose. I have done that on purpose to alleviate much pressure from my life. I do have to take this off though because it is getting quite hot. And I am not wearing anything underneath, so I am going to just go grab a shirt. Yeah, love that. I buy the same pants. They're all the same and just change colour. That's another good tactic. That is another good tactic. One of the reasons that I like my tactic, though, as well, one of the reasons it works, I should say, though, well, I mean, it's changing now because I've been making some pieces that are like dressy pieces that are designed not necessarily to go with everything, but I'm also making myself a capsule wardrobe. And once that's complete, like I'm going to have a completely me-made wardrobe. And pretty much anything that doesn't fit in that me-made wardrobe will go. Oh, I need to chat to you about 2 sewing things. Let's chat. So Monday we have apostate bingo, and then time permitting cozy sewing time. But I was thinking about maybe doing like a Sunday afternoon live stream cozy sewing time. To, you know, once again, just try and see if we can, anyone coming across can help us raise money for Wael's family. Oh, that badass mask harness, yes. Mods for seated comfort clothes. I want a sewing pin. A sewing pin. I don't know what a sewing pin rooster is, though. Like, I don't know what a sewing pin cock is. Like, I know so much about sewing, and you've confused me. That does not happen often. If it feels like I'm wrapping up a little bit at the moment, I kind of am. I am logging off in 5 minutes, guys. Got to go get the kids. It is that time of day. Well then I shall find you a picture. Haha, yes. To the Discord. Yes, don't let me forget as well. What happened to the list? What happened to the list? We lost the to-do list, guys. What happened? Oh, Emery clocked out. Emery had the to-do list up. And now Emery... I poked you again about the FaceTime. It's Friday today. Friday is family movie times. Family movie nights. Ass Hat will be over tonight. He requested I not use his name online. So I will be referring to him only as Ass Hat from this point forward in order to respect his wishes that I not mention his name online. He's also requested that I not share any photos with him online, which for the sake of peace and prosperity in the family, I have decided to honour that request and not share any photos of him going forward. That's fine. I can do that. But yeah, so we're in agreement that I won't be referring to him by name, and so Ass Hat. Now, what's interesting though, I did try and explain to him that I was in fact being quite kind and agreeing to not share photos, because any photos that I have taken are my property, and therefore I can as a like, you know, the law states that I am allowed to publish those photos, provided that the context was public. Like, there was never any idea that I wouldn't necessarily share those photos on Facebook. There was no indication I wouldn't put those photos on my Instagram. That, you know, they're in a context where you're taking private photos. Yes, you've got an argument for privacy. Like, those photos were taken in the context of our bedroom. You know, as a private couple, there's an understanding of privacy. If I'm sharing a photo of you when we were out at a concert or out at dinner one night out in public, that's my photo. I can do with as I please. There is no assumption of privacy. Cox in the Discord. Okay. That's only so he doesn't get punched at the shops. Probably. You've only ever called him Ass Hat, haven't you? Oh no, I have mentioned his name before. Yeah, Friday. So that people know my schedule a little bit, just because, you know, we're trying to organise activities and things, and it is hard when somebody who you're trying to organise these activities with is not always available. I do want to organise some other activities as well, maybe more like evening time activities, maybe like on a Tuesday or Thursday night. I was thinking maybe of doing like, I don't know, like a cozy sewing time, book corner, I don't know, something. I just feel like I need to do something in that sort of realm. Anyway, whatever. When for FaceTime pokings then? That's the thing I was thinking. Maybe it might be like Sunday. Sunday might be the day to do the FaceTime, because tomorrow I've got the kids. But Saturday night, usually they'll stay at their dad's and they'll be at his house Sunday. So maybe like, you know, lunchies on Sunday when I wake up. Yeah, problem is your evenings are the dead of night for the East Coast people. That is true. That is true. I could start them though. Like, I could start them at around 9:30 your time. I could start them at around 9:30 your time, with the camera off. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy I shall endeavour to poke. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So, Mondays is family meeting night. So we get together and we have dinner together, and it's like serious family sort of chat. We talk about issues and stuff going on. We bring up any issues that we might have. Like, it's sort of the not fun night of the evening. And it can quite often lead to issues later on through the week. But then we don't see each other Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. We aren't supposed to. And then the kids were sick last week, though, so that did change a bit. But then I really have to fix these flipping nails, honest to God. It's so bad. I'm so bad. I'm so terrible. And then... yeah, Fridays we have our family Friday fun night. So usually it's just movie on the couch with the kids, popcorn. I sit there and sew or read while they watch Luca, or Encanto. You know. I find it hilarious that you think I'm still out of bed after 8 p.m. Well, I am. Like, I don't know. Like, that's 7:30 for my time. So that's why I'm like, you know, the kids will still be up. What are you talking about? You've all got to get better movies. Yes. Yeah, I need my kids to get better taste in movies is really what I need, to be honest. I did myself a manicure. Do you want to see it? This hand I have to fix again because I realized just now looking at them that I didn't do the top coat. I was looking at it and I was going, why does that side look messed up compared to the other side? And then I just went, oh, because bitch forgot to finish off with a top coat, didn't you? You forgot to finish up with a top coat. Yep, wrapping shit up. So I gave myself this lovely little manicure. So this is the side where I did top coat it. I might just turn that colour. I might turn that down while I show you that. There, and turn it onto a different. There you go, whatever. And then that's the side, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but that's the side that I forgot to put the top coat on. There's certainly a difference. Very hot, very cool. Yes. I've always had a thing for doing my nails. I don't know. It became very hard though because Ass Hat can't stand the sound of a nail file. And so because Ass Hat couldn't stand the sound of a nail file, I had to use clippers. And it was really annoying too because he'd always be so dismissive, like, why can't you just use clippers? Like, why can't you just use clippers? They do the same thing. And I'd be like, no, they don't actually. They cause cracks. Like, they cause cracks in the nails that go right down into the nail bed, which means you can't grow your nails long. Like, it takes a long time to grow your nails out if you've been clipping them. You have to file them to be able to get them strong again. He could just go to a different room, put headphones on. Yeah, but even if he came across a nail file, he would be like it would just... So, I did not know that. And a lot of people don't know that. But if you're someone who cares about your nails, and I always have been. So when we were separated and I was at uni, every Thursday I would get a manicure. Every Thursday. It was like my little treat to myself. I was making all of this, underwear money. No, but it was just like, and oftentimes actually I'd get a manicure, not every week I'd get a manicure. I'd get a manicure on a Thursday, like once a month. And then I would do my own nails for the other 3 weeks, But it's always been such a nice thing to just be sitting there, typing away, writing away, and just, like, I don't know, you just feel more put together. It's just such a mental thing for me. So this is also for me, like, my nails have all come back. It's been a year, like, of nail care, constant nail care. And yeah, I'm feeling very happy. The issue my body has with collagen extends to my nails. Yeah. I have a problem with my nails. I have a similar sort of problem in the terms that my skin is very, very, very dry. very dry, and so because of that, it makes it really hard for like polishes and things to stick to my nails. Like a manicure won't last more than a couple of days on me, it'll flake off, because like my skin is so dry, and that extends to my nails as well. So not the same health issue, obviously not comparing. Yeah, alarm, children, office works, you're right. Alarm, I gotta go. I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes. Okay. Love you guys. Love you. Bye, chat. Bye, everyone. Bye, The Void. Okay. Yep. Bye, Kim. Bye, Ames. Bye. Bye, Raymond, watching on the review. Bye, Amy. Yes, to all the voiders, to all of our lovely voiders, love you all. If you can give anything, please do drop in and give something. I am going to try and see, yeah, I'm going to do some tidying. Maybe we should do that one of these nights. Let's do a live stream one of these nights. There's a cozy live stream. Let's do a cozy live stream where we sort out the Discord, where I sort out my end of the Discord. Because shit looking messy on my end. Also, delete the VODs. Yeah, which ones were those again? Void After Dark Organization Stream. Yeah. Okay. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. I got to delete Wednesday. I deleted it from StreamYard, but I don't think I've deleted it off. Can you delete it off Twitch? Oh, I'll figure it out in the car on the way to the school. Yeah, now I do have to go because now it's 5 minutes to. All right. I love you guys so much, whether you're new or old here. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am always I'm so in awe of you guys. I love everything that we do, and I know that together as a community we can do anything, and I'm so excited to see what comes next. So thank you. Thanks, Kim. I will jump on there and figure that out. Thank you all so much. I love you, love you, love you. And I need to do YouTube too. Yes, I love you. Goodbye, and I'll see you Monday. We'll see